Hey, Laura Garicki, G-Force Athletics. Today I'm going to demonstrate about 10 ab strengthening activities that may be appropriate for individuals who experience a lot of back pain, lower back pain, when you participate in core activities. Sometimes when you're doing crunches or anything that involves back flexion and extension, your back, if you have chronic back pain, it could aggravate the area in your back where you're experiencing that pain. I am not a medical professional. I am a NASM certified personal trainer, so this is in no way any kind of medical advice. I'm just trying to offer some guidance on ways you can strengthen your lower abdominal wall, the lower portion of your abdominal wall, to provide more support to your lower back. And as you see, I'm sitting on a BOSU, but the BOSU can provide your back a lot of support while you're doing core activities. It will also take away a lot of the stability, so it's going to challenge your core more and make your core, especially your abs, work harder. Now sometimes that causes more back pain, sometimes it doesn't. And again, I'm not a medical professional. I'm not sure the cause or the nature. If you're watching this because you're looking for some relief from your back pain, I can't provide that. I'm just trying to offer some ideas for activities that you can do to strengthen your lower abdominal wall, which in turn provides support to your back, which as your core, your entire core gets stronger, hopefully will alleviate some of that back pain. So all of these activities are going to be demonstrated on a BOSU. And again, it's mostly for back support, but it also increases your instability or decreases your stability, creates an unstable environment for your body. So it does make your core work a little bit harder, but you're going to have to rely on your abs more than your back because you want to avoid that back pain. So I think I have about 10 activities to go, so let's just go ahead and get started. First thing you want to do is, let's just hold a plank. We'll keep the dome side up of the BOSU. And so you just start in a plank hold for about 30 seconds. So just have your forearms resting on the dome side. And what you want to do here is, the plank hold is an excellent way to learn how to engage your abdominals. So while you're in this position, you want to draw in your navel and press your belly button into the back of your spine. So you don't want to allow your back to arch. That will cause you some back pain. You also don't want to round, because that takes away from you having to engage your core. So I'm not timing this, but I would start off with a 30 to 45 second plank hold, just to kind of train your lower abs to engage while you're in this unstable position. Okay, so we'll just pretend that was 30 seconds. I'm not sure if it was. All right, so first thing let's do, now let's just position the ball, position yourself on the ball on your knees. So you just want to straddle this bullseye here. And you can either have your feet touching the floor or not, and I'm not in the camera range, so I'm going to back up. Sorry for the shitty quality. Alright, so position yourself, knees on the BOSU, and again, just kind of get used to being on the BOSU on your knees, and if you feel too unstable, then just let your toes touch the floor. If not, bring them up and bring your arms or your hands by your ears, your elbows to the side, and just kind of do a crunch down and back up. So you're only bending right here. So this gives you some back flexion without the extension. Let me show you from the side. Again, You want to maintain your balance on your knees. If you feel unstable, you can put your feet there, then lift them up when you feel more stable. And you just want to have this small range of motion to where you're just crunching down and then back up. Make sure you blow out as you crunch. All right, so do about, I'm not going to do a full routine today. Let me get back in the camera. I won't do a full routine, but any activity that I demonstrate, you work within your ability, within your range. So I would say start with, if you're just beginning, start with 5 to 8 repetitions of each activity. If you are a little stronger, a little more advanced, go for 5 to 10, 10 to 15, maybe even 20 reps. What you don't want to do is strain your back. You just want to increase your strength in your abs. So that's what we're doing today. So that was there's my little disclaimer. Okay. All right. So now we're going to do marches. So you're going to lay your back. It's going to be right here on this middle part of the BOSU. So you want your support. You want your back supported right here. So if you need to hold your neck up, that's fine. If you want to hold your body up, if this is too unstable for you, then you can place your hands on the floor beside the BOSU, or you can come up a little bit and have your hands on the dome part. So play around with it. Again, if you're a beginner on the BOSU doing core activities, find out what works best for you and for your back and for your stability. So just gonna lay back. I'm just going to place my hands here. You just want to march. So you're just alternating, bringing one knee up at a time. Have your neck and shoulders relaxed. You don't want to be strained. You don't want to be looking up like this. You just have them relax. And again, you can place your hands back here if you feel a little neck strain. So there's a beginning. Marches. You want to progress from there. I'm going to scoot down some. Do a from here. You want to hold that march position. Hold your body up, or hold your knees up with your body, with your back balanced on the BOSU, and then do single toe taps. And again, relax your neck and your shoulders and place your hands wherever they're comfortable. Keep your knees bent at a 90-degree angle. And you should start feeling this in your lower abs if these activities are new to you. So, do how many ever repetitions you're comfortable doing, and then do a few more. Anywhere from 5 to 20, just depending on where you are in your fitness journey. Alright, so after that, we're going to go to double toe taps. So back in that balance, you're balancing on your back, your knees are up, they're bent, hold on to the dome part or the floor, relax your neck and your shoulders. So we were doing single taps, now you want to do double. So double tap, bring those knees up. Inhale when you tap, exhale when you bring them up. Now you don't want to use your back to lower and raise your legs. You want to use your abdominal wall. So tap and bring up. Engage your abs. Again, drawing in your belly button, pressing it into the back of your spine. Okay, so we did the marches, and then we progressed and did the single toe tap, and then the double toe tap. Now we're going to progress further, and we're going to straighten our legs and do flutters. And if you need to tap your feet in between, that's okay. But your goal is to keep your body balanced on the BOSU while your legs are doing that flutter movement. So again, back right here. Make sure your back is supported. And I just like to have my hands around here, but it doesn't matter where you place them, just wherever you're comfortable. It really depends on your height and where you want the most support for your back. So here are your flutters. Get nice and slow and controlled. Get that bottom leg as low as you can without touching the floor. If this is difficult for you to control, then that's okay if you tap in between. But again, your goal is to just flutter. Remember to keep your neck, I'm kind of touching some of my equipment here, but keep your neck and your shoulders relaxed. And again, your hand placement is just up to you, wherever you're comfortable. You just don't want to rely too much on your arms for support. The BOSU should provide enough support for your back. Okay, and I'm not counting. Again, this is not a full routine. These are just some ideas, again, for activities to do on the BOSU that will help you strengthen your lower abdominals without putting too much pressure on your back and, increasing your risk of pain or injury. All right, so now we're going to do single straight leg crunch. You can add some weight with this if you want to, but I'm not going to for demonstration. But you just want to lay back on the BOSU. Make sure your back is supported. One knee is bent. The other leg is straight. And you just crunch up to that leg. Now you don't want to go all the way back here because that will aggravate your back. So again, we're staying in this position here. This is as far down as you want to go. And this is the only range of motion you need to work this part of your abdominals. So reach up to that toe, come back and stop here. And then you can, how many ever you do on that side, you want to do the same amount with the other leg up. And if you want to progress from there with the single leg straight crunch, then hold a dumbbell or a medicine ball or some weighted object in your hands, and that'll increase your resistance. It'll make your core work harder. All right, so let's do oblique crunches. So this involves a little bit of crossing over, but hopefully not enough to aggravate your back. So you just lay back. Your feet are on the mat. Knees are bent. Actually, your feet are going to be a little bit wider than the mat. Have your arms to your side. Make sure your back is supported. You come up. Hand goes to the opposite foot, and then you go back down. Then you repeat on the other side. So you're just a little twisting motion here. So this way you're working your lower abs, your upper abs, and your obliques. And because you're alternating reps, you're alternating sides, you want to make sure you finish on the side that you did not start on, so you get an equal amount of reps on each side. All right, let's do knee tucks. I got a few more things here. We're going to flip the BOSU over and do 3 activities. So you'll flip it over, grab these handles, get into that plank position again. This is the upper plank, and just do knee tucks. So you're going to bring your knee up to your chin. Now you'll see this BOSU is rocking a little. It's creating an unstable environment, so it's going to make me work my core harder and without putting a lot of pressure on my back. So this is again where you want to engage your abdominals by drawing in your belly button and pressing it into your spine. So you're not arching that back. Don't let that butt sag down. So again, knee tucks. And just kind of blow out. Try to get your knee up to your chin. Now another thing you can do on the BOSU to help provide support to your back is hip abduction, or external hip rotation. So while you're in this position, lift one leg and go out and then back down. And do the same thing on the other side. Your foot stays flexed because you're targeting this part of your hip, this part of your thigh, which provides a lot of support to your lower back. So this is hip abduction. And then the final thing is called the rockers. And this is more for hip stability, but you also still need to keep that core engaged. So keep your feet about a little bit wider than your hips, and you just rock back and forth or side to side on the BOSU. Let your hips follow your shoulders. Okay, so there's an idea for a routine if you tend to experience back pain when doing core activities. So if you have a BOSU, pull it out, dust it off. Make sure it's, hopefully you don't have to dust it off, but if you do, make sure it's properly inflated. Should be about 9 inches, no more than 9.5. And try those. And let me know what you think. If anything, if you felt that you really were working your abs. And if you do, keep doing them so you get your abs stronger, because the stronger your abs are, then the more support your lower back is going to get from your abdominal wall, from your obliques, your abs, and eventually around to your lats. So try those. Give me a thumbs up if you like the video. Give me a thumbs down if you don't. Again, I'm not a medical professional, so if this caused more back pain, I'm disclaiming that right now, that I didn't cause it. You're trying this workout on your own. Of course, it's probably too late by now, but anyway. But just let me know how you like it. Let me know what you think, and shoot me an email or comment below with any ideas, suggestions, comments. No hate mail, though. I don't like hate mail. So, okay, awesome. Have an amazing day.